Good afternoon, YouTube. Huh. So ATF was caught defying executive orders. This is the government that we now see being exposed. The ones that don't care about Trump's executive orders are trying to defy, these liberal Democrats. The ones that are pushing DEI, the ones that have been pushing the lies. So actuality, you sit back and you watch what's going on. ICE is out doing the raids already. Things are happening. Things are being called into question. People are getting held accountable. See, this is what the Freedom of Information Act is all about. I told you. Freedom of Information Act. The people. GOA, Gun Owners of America. Guns and Gadgets. I will say this guy is pretty cool. I like him. And people like him, the gun YouTubers or whatever, those people like that are actually paying attention to what's going on in the news and in these agencies. They need to step it up and know that Freedom of Information Act, you can get whatever information you want on these characters, and I call them characters for a reason, in government. You can get their records. You can get their reports. Any body cams they ever had. Dash cams they ever have. See, that's what you need to start doing. Start recognizing that the criminals have been in control for far too long. Start recognizing that we, the people, have the power. Not them, not these characters. You see stuff happening. In actuality, we, the people, are starting to wake up to realize we do have the power. It is happening. All them orders that Trump signed going to start playing out. The ball is rolling. But also the ball is in your court too. For you to get educated on your rights and your freedom. Here's the funny thing about it. You got everybody across America that has been mayor, government employee, or whatever. They're kind of itchy. They kind of wonder what's going on. See, people are waking up to know that we have the Freedom of Information Act. We have the freedom to record. We have the freedom to address our government and hold grievances. You're starting to see where people are starting to question everything the government is doing. We're questioning the classified, top secret stuff that they're doing. All that wasteful spending. There is a list of this ridiculous, frivolous spending that Elon Musk is finding. For one example, and I keep joking about this one, and I'll probably do it many times more to come, $20 million for a pickleball tournament. Pickleball. You know, that little picnic, little game you play on the beach or when you're camping or whatever. Why do we need a $20 million tournament on pickleball? Or better yet, what was it, $8 to $10 million, whatever it was, each year given for the study of a field mouse on how they reproduce and what their mating rituals are. Why do you need that much money to go to a college to study a field mouse? You give me that kind of money, I'm going to study a field mouse too. I'll sit in the field watching these mice run all day long, sitting on my butt taking pictures. Hey, I'll be pulling up the cell phone going click, 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 click. I'll post it on a website and you throw me some money. We got so much frivolous spending in our government, pork belly or pork barrel or whatever you want to call it, that government has slipped in for themselves, laundering money in our government. We got people like Gavin Newsom that are getting money from these different projects that have never been finished yet. What money are they getting from kickbacks? Do we know? What money are they? Why are they living in a $600 to $100 million mansion that we know they can't afford? You better start looking into your mayors and everybody else. Because if you see somebody that is supposed to be volunteer that is getting $100,000 a year, for what? What are they doing? Do they even show up in the office? See, Trump signed that order that says that all federal employees must go back. We need to do it at local level too. All employees of the government must go back to work and report back to work, just like a regular job. Not sit back in their shorts or underwear or whatever behind a desk with just a shirt on to make them look good. Sitting behind a computer. No, you need to go back to work. Yeah. Go actually do your work. And I'm telling you, all this stuff needs to get settled out, get taken care of. We need our government to actually run efficiently. Like a well-oiled machine. Right now it's running like a Yugo. It's running like a POS. Telling you, man. We the people have been starving out here while they've been eating $10,000 steaks. Think about that. Why are they driving Bentleys and McLarens and everything else while we the people are suffering? It's time you go down to your city hall or your local mayor or whatever, and you go to that desk they got out front and say, I want to see the budget for 2024, for 2025. I want to see it. I want to check that budget. Start looking at that budget. Get a copy of that budget. Go home. Start doing the math if you're good at math. Start figuring things. If it doesn't figure, you go back and you file complaints. Look at that budget. I'm not good at math, so me looking at a budget, I'd be like going, I don't know. But I can look at numbers and know if something's off, though, slightly off. Why? I can write up questions. Why this right here? Why this right here? Because if something doesn't look right, I'm smart enough to know. I gotta question that. As American patriots and American patriotic people, we gotta start questioning, okay, you're spending money over here. For what? For this? Okay, great. Like right here in White Deer, Texas, they spent money on a brand new ball field. Great. I hope they use it. That's a good thing because they'll put the kids out to where they have a place to go play baseball. That's good. Let's get our kids back out playing baseball again. Let's get it to the point where our kids can go down the street and back and not worry about criminals. Let's stop being soft on crime and start being hard on crime. Bring back the old chain gangs. I'm telling you, if they do frivolous little crimes, put them on a chain gang for a while. Let them work for free. Tell them if they want to play games, they're going to find out what the reward is. There's so many reasons why I think that we have been way too soft on crime for so long. When you're actually out of, you got Democrats and liberals that are letting these people back out on the streets. We had an ICE agent that was killed already doing the raids for, see ya. Yeah, So actuality, the news is out there. You just got to pay attention to what's going on. You can't hide your head in the sand anymore. Because if you're trying to hide, well, it doesn't affect me. Yes, it does affect you. It affects you in your money. It affects you in your land, your cars, your vehicles. It affects you in so many ways that you can't count. So stop saying it, well, if it doesn't affect me, I don't care. Because it does affect you. The government was putting it to a point to where you own nothing and you're going to be happy with it. That's the plan. They did it. Since what? 1920s? 1930s? Yeah. They stole everything the Americans had. And now, technically, we own nothing. And for far too long, we've been happy with it. The government can come take it at any time they want. They can make up charges. They can steal it. They can use these tow companies that are crooked to come steal your property. See, that's the problem. When government has that much power over you, that is a real problem. They can write you frivolous tickets, and then all these tickets add up and add up. They can come steal your property. That's called revenue collection, also theft. Taxation without representation is theft. Taxation is theft, period. We shouldn't be paying this much in taxes. We shouldn't have to worry about trying to register a car and we can't afford it. We can't afford it because of the taxes, the registration fees, the licensing fees, and all these insurances and all this other stuff. By the time you're done, you're done, you're spending more trying to get the dang thing registered than the car's worth sometimes. See, insurance is a Ponzi scheme that our government has allowed to happen because these billionaires have set it up to a point. If you don't have insurance, you get in trouble. You lose your privileges. They call traveling privileges, but it's a right. You lose that because you don't have the money to pay insurance. You don't have the money to pay the taxes. That's why I always find those ways around certain little things like that. I don't need a vehicle unless I get out on the highway. Imagine that. In Texas, you can drive a golf cart around, street legal golf cart, or UTV, as long as it's street legal, around. Now, if your city in Texas is saying you can't, that's bogus because it's actually law in Texas where you can. You don't have to register it. You put the triangle on the back and you drive in those 30-mile-an-hour zones in your city. Don't get on the farm to market highways, but you stay on the dirt roads and you can get around if you're smart enough. Look at a map and be smart. Alright, it says stay off the highways. Gotcha. The interstates. Gotcha. So guess what? There's ways to get around without touching highways, unless you're just crossing them, because that's legal. You can cross them. You just can't drive down them. It's alright. It's all good. You need to hold your city council accountable. Why are so many kids out there riding their bikes down the middle of the roads in their ATVs and all that other stuff? Because they're defying government. They're getting tired of government telling us what we can and can't not drive. Do I think that the ones that are breaking the road rules should be arrested or whatever? Yes. Do I think they should be fined if they are stolen vehicles? Yes, arrest them. License plates I really don't have a problem with because that just shows that you own the vehicle. But the cost of registration of those vehicles or titling those vehicles shouldn't be that hard or difficult. To take a car or even a boat, boats are ridiculous here in Texas. You can't even title an old boat, really, because you got to go through the game wardens and everybody else. It shouldn't be that hard to take, I want to put a boat on the water, one that you have restored or saved from the crushers. you put a new motor in it. See, it shouldn't be that hard to put a title on an old vehicle and drive it. But yet it is, because the state police want to come in and they want to do all their checks and all that other stuff. See, our government has made us to the point that we have to have permission to do anything. But actuality, it's we the people that give the government permission. See, they got that reversed. Y'all need to wake up and start questioning your government. Questioning everything they do. Have a good day. God bless.